Hey everyone, it is Miss Smith here with week 5. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? We're at week 5 of e-learning. I'm super excited. It means we are, yes, by the way, halfway through this quarter, more than halfway through this semester. And May, believe it or not, starts Friday. So I know it's hard to believe. Sometimes it feels like it's going super fast, and sometimes it feels like it's crawling at a snail's pace. But we are making it. We are working this out, and we are making this work, guys. So this is super excited. So be glad. All right. So really quickly, um, the biggest thing you probably notice is that your grades may or may not be where they're supposed to be. Okay. Part of that reason is pretty simple. If you are not happy with your grade, it's probably because you have not turned in work, okay? It's pretty simple. If you're passing my class, you've turned in work. If you are not passing my class, you're missing work. So how do you make that up? How do you pass my class? I mean, it's pretty easy right now, but just basically turn in your work, like do and turn in your work. There's been a few assignments, and if you've missed them, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you need to go back on Edsby and look at them. And then at the end of this video, there will be a link that you can go back and watch right up here, be a little box right up here eventually. And you'll be able to watch those previous week's assignments so you know what's going on and what you need to do in order to pass this class. Okay, guys? So fairly simple concepts. Do the work, pass the class. Don't do the work, don't pass the class. And let's be honest, don't fail this quarter. That's not how you want to go out. I mean, we're almost done with this school year. Let's finish this strong, guys. I sent a very long message to you guys and honestly your parents, so they are aware of what's going on with the grades and how this works. So if you see that lovely little 0 there, it's because I don't have your assignment. It means that it's not been graded, and I need to put something there, and they basically told us put zeros. So don't freak out, not your final grade. You still have time to make it up. Make up your assignment. So what is going on for week 5? Well, here's what's going on. For your assignment, and you'll see on the Edsby, is I attached 4 PDFs of different articles that I want you guys to read. And so the articles are simply, they're just various different articles that I came across talking about global internet usage or global social media usage. And you'll see there's a lot of really cool graphs and a lot of data. One is super long, the other are only a handful of pages, so you should be able to get through them fairly easy. But it's because there's a lot of pretty colors and pretty graphs and things like that, it looks like it's longer than it actually is. So I want you guys, here's what I want you guys to do. You're kind of going, well, what am I supposed to do? Here's really simple. What I want you to do is I want you to read through all 4 of the PDFs, okay? I want you to read through them, and I want you to look at the graphs. I want you to look at what they tell us about how people all around the world, not just here in America, how people all around the world use the internet and use social media. And I know that we talked a lot in class about what kind of people use different platforms. And even when you guys were doing your research project on the different uh, social media platforms, you guys even talked about different demographics that use different platforms. Totally normal, but there's some really interesting ones I don't know if you necessarily knew, or maybe you're going on old information or even stereotypes. And so the idea is to kind of clarify that. I want you to read through, what did you not know, what did you learn, what confirmed some of the things that you already knew. All of this is based on pretty hard science and pretty hard data, and I want you guys to start take notes, essentially go through and figure that out, because what you're going to do is you're going to basically write me a reflection essay. And for those of you guys who are upperclassmen, you understand what that means. Basically, you read something and then you write an essay in response. So this is for freshman and sophomore. If you haven't had to do that, this is basically what this is. You read the project that I'm having you guys do, and then you're going to write a response. And your response is basically like, what did you think? What did you think of what you read? Did you think it was interesting? What stood out to you? What kind of things did you learn? Were there any stereotypes that you had that are either confirmed or broken? Think about, when you think about a social media platform like Facebook, you guys all think of, older people that use that. But the reality is that millennials, which are not that much older than you, are pretty much the primary users of Facebook. So maybe your generation doesn't use it, but the 20 somethings, just not even that much older than you, are using it. Which ones, think about what platforms, but also, let's be honest, with Facebook, it's got a broad appeal because your grandparents are using it. My 85-year-old grandma's on Facebook. But then on the other hand, there's some new platforms that people are exploring, and now that everybody's stuck at home, we're all trying all of these new ways to connect and new ways to say that. So I'm thinking, and a lot of this data is a year old, but you guys know in social media, a year is like basically might as well be 15 years old. So what do you think? And I want you to start thinking, watching the trends, where do you think the future of social media is? So a year from this data that you got, some of them are even older, a few more years. And again, 2016 doesn't seem like that long ago, but again, in internet and social media time, it's ages. So it might as well be an era, So I want you to start thinking, watching the history of social media as the trends have grown and as different platforms have taken precedence or popularity or run out their trends. Like, again, a lot of you guys noticed the fact that, what replaced Vine, when it got bought out, how did that change? How did it alter? The fact that, I don't know if you guys know this, but Facebook technically owns Instagram. Okay, so what does that mean? How does that change how we do pictures? Or has that not? Or, I mean, how can Instagram still, exist on its own? It hasn't been fully absorbed into Facebook. Facebook also bought, the platform WhatsApp. And people still really use WhatsApp. Not necessarily domestically, but like really internationally, it's still a huge deal. And it hasn't been quite integrated as much as I think they were trying to do with Facebook Messenger. So there's a lot of things that you start thinking about the future of social media, looking at what you knew, looking at the stuff that you learned about for these social media platforms. The data I'm giving you today, I want you to start thinking ahead. And again, a lot of what I do in this class is have you guys think ahead. I want you guys to think beyond just what's in a textbook or in a graph or in the paperwork I give you. I want you guys to start thinking bigger. I want you guys to think beyond, like, what is going to come next. Start using your imagination. Start using your logical skills, your reasoning skills. What could possibly come next? Where is the next wave going? Especially now that we're all basically hyper dependent on our social media in order to stay connected during this quarantine time and everything else that we're doing. We are like starved for that connection, and we have that social media to connect. But what does that mean that we're actually like, what is that going to say for the future of social media? I mean, are we going to lose this dependency, or are we going to just further the dependency even when we're all together again? Like, what is that going to look? I just want you guys to throw out, spitball some ideas. And like I said, there are no wrong answers in a lot of, now, there are wrong answers. If you misquote data, totally wrong answer. You guys know what I'm talking about. But your hypotheticals on the other side, there are no wrong answers as long as you can tell me why. Tell me why you think that. Use the evidence that you have in your data, and then give me your reason why. So for those of you guys who are in English, that's your evidence and your commentary. It's combined together. So you're going to give me those hypothetical, and you're basically going to give me an argument as to why you think that. So especially those of you guys who are in the STEM programs, this is something you're gonna have to think about a lot with some of your science classes and some of theories and figuring that out. So I want you guys to practice to this. Where is this gonna go? We have so many people are using social media, and I can guarantee you the numbers are outdated because of what's happening right now. But where's it going to be next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that? 20 years down the road when you're my age, where is social media going to be? Think about that. So I know it's a lot, and I only want like 2 or 3 paragraphs out of you, but I think you guys can come up with something. So I've been super happy with those of you guys who have responded and submitted your work. You guys did a great job. And again, if you have not submitted any work, or you've only submitted one thing, you haven't submitted another, you're probably not happy with your grade. So really easy way to get happy with your grade: turn in your work. Okay, so here's the thing. If you have any questions at all, comment below. Send me a message on Edsby. Just meet us in our Zoom meeting. Zoom meetings are back this week. I have open office hours on Tuesday, and I also will have just for you guys in social media, Thursday at noon. So I will be there if you want to hang out, if you want to ask questions, if you whatever you want to do. If not, that's fine. And again, like I said, if you guys need to catch up, go back and redo some of the assignments, redo some of the weeks. All right, guys? I will see you all next week. Have a fantastic week. Cannot wait to read your reflection papers on Friday. Bye.